Weight of 245. Most ringside observers believe he weighs somewhere closer to 230.
Turning the pages of boxing history back to 1992, we encounter one of the most chaotic yet thrilling eras in the heavyweight division. With Mike Tyson behind bars, the heavyweight throne was left vacant. The boxing world had one burning question: who would be the true king? The undisputed champion Evander Holyfield sat at the top, but pundits were looking for a monster to truly test him, a challenger worthy of the crown. That monster was the undefeated Riddick Bowe from the backstreets of Brooklyn. But before facing Holyfield, Bowe had one final test to pass: the White Lion of South Africa, Pierre Coetzer. On the night of July 18, 1992, under the bright lights of the Mirage Hotel in Las Vegas, we were set to witness not just a boxing match, but a title eliminator. The winner would unlock the door to fame and millions, while the loser would fade into the pages of history. However, no one stepping into that ring could have predicted that the fight would end not with a technical knockout, but with one of the most controversial and dirty finishes in boxing history. Today, we analyze this bloody war between Riddick Bowe and Pierre Coetzer, the questionable officiating of Mills Lane, and that infamous 7th round, frame by frame.
It could be a long, tough fight.
Round one begins. Riddick Bowe exceptionally relaxed, even playful in the ring.
Baby, you look in his face and you gotta fall in love with Riddick Bowe. But believe me, tonight, real fighter.
No love match as Pierre Coetzer stating against fighters who cut easily, and that is one of an early knockout. If he doesn't get it,
Coetzer, I've seen in the past. He starts off normally a little quicker and a little more vicious.
Hook by Coetzer, goes to the body with the left. Bowe firing the jab, and there's the overhand right. Now Coetzer knows what he wants to do. Head movement. He is not a safety first fighter.
This is the most I've seen.
Good straight right hand. Left hook just missed for Bowe. Now the right hand lands. And again, 2 right hands by Bowe. Coetzer with another left hand, and Bowe lands the right twice more. We've got a first round brawl, and Pierre Coetzer is getting hit too much.
Bowe has got hit in the face with a good left hook that time.
They're both. Uppercut for Bowe, left hook for Coetzer. And what a last...
Before stepping into the ring, we must understand the physical and mental makeup of these two warriors. In one corner, Riddick Bowe, standing 6'5", weighing over 240 pounds, a massive physical specimen. But what made Bowe terrifying wasn't just his size. He was molded by the legendary trainer Eddie Futch. He possessed rare hand speed for a heavyweight, elite inside fighting skills, and deadly uppercuts. Bowe entered the fight with 30 wins and 0 losses, the absolute favorite. The critics expected him not just to win, but to put on a show. In the other corner stood Pierre Coetzer, 39 wins, 2 losses. Smaller than Bowe, less talented, but far more stubborn. Coetzer embodied the characteristic trait of South African boxers of that era: never step back, stay standing no matter how hard you get hit. Having shared the ring with names like Frank Bruno and George Foreman, his plan wasn't to run from Bowe's power, but to drag him into deep waters and wear him down. On paper, Bowe looked superior, but Coetzer's chin was made of granite, and this would prove to be the greatest durability test Bowe had faced up to that point.
I'm afraid Bowe just doesn't believe this guy's for real.
Already there's some blood right by the right nostril of Pierre Coetzer to wear opponents down, and there is always blood on the canvas.
And believe me, the fight is going just the way Pierre Coetzer wanted. He's accustomed to going 10.
Boxing matches. Hard right hand shot by Bowe, and another, and Coetzer's in serious trouble. Now Pierre Coetzer tries to react. Not covering up. Trying to fire back like the warrior that he is. But Bowe's right hand power may yet prove too much for him in these early rounds side to side, which isn't his game.
Not his game at all.
Long right hand by Coetzer, who appears to think that he may need an... You see the right hand snapping Coetzer's head around whenever Bowe lands it.
Don't believe it. Coetzer just don't believe this guy can hit that hard.
Well, in pre-fight news conferences, Coetzer was given to comparing Bowe with Jose Ribalta, a fighter he recently...
With the sound of the opening bell, the Las Vegas crowd was met with a surprising sight. Instead of dancing on the outside as expected, Pierre Coetzer walked straight into the fire. It became almost a chest-to-chest collision. Coetzer leaned his head against Bowe's chest, working the body. It seemed like a suicide mission, but Coetzer showed no fear. However, Riddick Bowe had written the book on inside fighting. Every time Coetzer closed the distance, Bowe fired those signature right uppercuts like bullets.
Good jab. Hands in a row, in which case he may give Coetzer the nap he says he would give him. What are we going to say, George?
I think Riddick Bowe, if he can just keep leaning on him with that heavy weight, he can make this fight go the way he wants to, just on his left jab. He's got to stop mixing it up. Pierre Coetzer is tough and mean.
You see the guts of Pierre Coetzer. He has felt that right hand and just keeps coming back. The crowd oohing and eyeing after the uppercut that snapped Coetzer's head back. Every time Pierre straightens up and comes back.
I think thus far, Bowe has demonstrated a lot more courage than I had given him credit for. Courage to go with skill.
Well, courage in fighting with those shorts split all the way down the back.
It's a new style.
If this is a 12-round fight, our audience will see things they've never seen before. Even on HBO. An area that Larry Holmes once made reference to.
The thing about a fight when you train a long time, you get to sparring with too many guys and you get into the fight and you end up sparring.
Another right hand. And if you wind up with a sparring match here, whom does that favor?
You favor the Pierre Coetzer. He's not going to get a first, second round knockout. Now Bowe is giving him unnecessary courage that may...
that he doesn't have to give it.
And Pierre Coetzer is not a fake. He's real.
They do have diamonds in South Africa.
Well, one problem for Coetzer, guys. The left eye is starting to close up already. Those right hands have done a job on Pierre Coetzer's left eye. Oh, an uppercut that just wailed onto Coetzer's chin. But look at him stand there and take it.
Coetzer starting to jab with the back of his glove. I'm surprised the referee hasn't stopped in to warn him a little bit about that.
Right hand just missed. And oohing.
Under these circumstances so often that it's not going to bother him. It's about Bowe. Can he say, I think the only thing that's going to keep him energized.
Look at the left hands by Coetzer. Oh. So Bowe's going to learn something here, even if
his talent and because of his love for mankind. Pierre Coetzer, hey, this guy's a great, wonderful fella. He loves Joe Louis. He loves Joe Frazier. He's imitating those guys when he fights.
He wishes.
Not much we have to tell you about this. I mean, it's fairly obvious what... That would be a new tactic for Bowe to go to the body. Ooh, just missed with a wild right.
Normally when heavyweights fight, you only see them land this many punches and just wail away on each other for this long.
Believe me, you won't see it much more.
He wants to see Evander Holyfield have against a real contender. So no matter who wins tonight, you've got to look ahead to November 13 with some excitement.
Now Bowe landed his first right hand to the chest this time. That could cost Pierre Coetzer later on.
30 seconds to go in round 4. Pierre Coetzer's left eye becoming a bloody mess. It's happened before. Go out.
I gave him the third round incident.
Pierre Coetzer is moving to Bowe's left. It's like I'm inviting you to throw your big left hook.
because of the punishment he's taken or maybe because of the problem with eyesight, Coetzer's punch output is beginning to slow down. There's a three-punch combination, but there have been fewer and fewer of those as the bout has gone on.
Believe me, losing blood anywhere in your body starts to weaken you a little bit, especially when you're in with a big guy. It's just not going to get it anymore.
And at this point, every time he separates them, Mills Lane peers into Coetzer's eyes to see how bad it is. Good jab by Coetzer. Bowe responds with his own jab and follows with the right hand, just missing. Now Coetzer with a right hand to the chest.
Coetzer corner should tell him to pour it on now to make the referee and the doctor stop looking at his eyes. Go forward. He's come too far away from home to have this thing stopped on the cut.
That's right. So he needs to create the impression that he's still willing and ready to fight.
That's right. Bowe's a fantastic fighter.
Good uppercut by Bowe. Coetzer just stands there and throws back.
Why hasn't he knocked him out of set tough?
Yeah, he's got to set tough.
Coetzer and Alan Towiel to recognize that these guys would never have been supporters of that policy.
Not at all. This is a lovely guy who loves everybody. But let me tell you, Riddick Bowe is a damaging hard right-hand puncher.
Oh! And a left. And finally, Coetzer backs up. That was a blistering right hand, left hand. Look toward the end of the Stewart fight. But you don't remember that.
I resent that remark.
And as the eyes close up, Bowe's connect percentage rises. It's like a snowball going downhill. Bowe delivering more and more punishment. Coetzer, it is a cheeky effort, no question about it. Oh, what a right hand by Coetzer in close.
But if you end up giving Pierre Coetzer a little courage, it could be rocky from this point on. Good right hand by Pierre Coetzer.
He's put a couple of them.
Bowe's left jab is working like magic now.
Low blow by Bowe, followed by a right.
As the rounds progressed, the match turned from a boxing contest into a street fight. By the third and fourth rounds, Coetzer's face began to deform. His right eye and brow were cut open. Yet, incredibly, he ate Bowe's sledgehammer punches, his head snapping back, only to march forward a second later. This situation was both tiring and frustrating for Riddick Bowe. No matter what he threw, his opponent wouldn't fall. By the sixth round, Bowe started showing signs of fatigue and began pushing the rules. In this round, he received his first warning and a point deduction from referee Mills Lane for a blatant low blow. This was the harbinger of the storm to come.
You can't win on a low blow.
All right, let's look at the replay now. There's the punch.
All right.
And you can see it was down around Tierra del Fuego. It was a very low blow, and then he followed it with a right hand.
Now Coetzer has a reasonable period of time, and he deems himself recovered. Here's for Mills Lane as well as for Pierre Coetzer.
Coetzer threw a good left hook that time, but it didn't seem to hurt Bowe.
Gentlemen, Pierre Coetzer has never been knocked out. How he is going to make it all the way through this is hard to see for the moment. Maybe as hard to see from our vantage point as it is hard for him to see the punches coming from the gloves of Riddick Bowe. Riddick says that he is intensely aware
That eye is okay.
Yeah, particularly for 6 more rounds.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to stand for much more of that.
Just ahead in the fight at the time that your eyes were in the kind of trouble they were in against Stewart. This guy is clearly losing. I must say they look immaculate now.
Ooh, that uppercut has been the most devastating punch of this whole fight by Riddick Bowe.
He'll get it. See if Coetzer knows it and can do anything about it.
Bowe is hurt constantly with his left hook.
Get him up.
Well, Coetzer couldn't do anything with it. Bowe's beginning to get his legs back right now.
He's just so big.
Get that elbow down.
Bowe is really holding on, though.
He has the...
Let him shout, use your jab, and stay back a little bit.
Oh, uppercut again. Coetzer in serious trouble. Mills Lane one punch away from stopping it, and there it is. End of story.
And here we arrive at that infamous 7th round, a moment etched in boxing history and debated for years. The defining moment of the fight. I want you to watch closely. Throughout the round, Bowe was dominant, pinning Coetzer against the ropes. But fatigue and anger caused Bowe to lose control. Bowe threw a right hand that clearly landed below Coetzer's beltline. It was a clear, low blow. Writhing in pain, Coetzer made a fatal mistake, assuming referee Mills Lane would intervene and give him recovery time. He turned his back and dropped his hands. There is a golden rule in the boxing ring. Protect yourself at all times. In that critical split second, referee Mills Lane froze. He didn't call stop or was too slow to intervene. Riddick Bowe, with pure predatory instinct, showed no mercy to his opponent, who was turned away and completely defenseless. Without waiting for the referee's whistle, he landed a devastating right cross to the jaw of the defenseless Coetzer. Coetzer was stunned, collapsing onto the ropes. Bowe didn't stop, landing another combination. And the fight was over. When the referee finally stepped in, Coetzer was down. But was this a knockout, or was it an execution? Chaos erupted the moment the fight was waved off. The Coetzer camp rushed to the referee in protest. They were screaming, "It was a foul, his back was turned, why didn't you stop it?" So who was to blame? Riddick Bowe, Pierre Coetzer, or referee Mills Lane? Boxing authorities were split down the middle. According to the rulebook, a boxer can continue to punch unless the referee calls break or stop. From this perspective, Bowe technically may not have violated the rules. However, there is an ethical dimension. Hitting an opponent with your hardest punch while his hand is raised, his back is turned, and he is in pain. This was proof of just how ruthless Big Daddy could be. Mills Lane was accused of one of the worst officiating performances of his career. He should have stopped the action the moment he saw that initial low blow and given Coetzer 5 minutes to recover. But he didn't. That indecision led to Coetzer taking that final, career-ending blow.